Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Heat. And this movie is directed by Michael Mann, and this movie came out in 1995, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer. And what this movie is, it's a heist movie, and it basically shows you as much as possible from this story, like giving you enough to be satisfied, and it really fleshes out the characters very well and really explores everything that you could without overstaying its welcome. And this movie is almost 3 hours long. I didn't really find this movie boring or indulgent. I didn't feel as though it was wasting my time at any point. And although it's not really a fast-paced movie, I didn't find myself wanting a scene to move on or something to be cut out of the movie. And I felt as though everything flowed pretty well, and I think there are some really great performances in this movie. Robert De Niro is great. Al Pacino is mostly great. Sometimes he did overact at a couple points, but for the most part, I thought he was good. And Val Kilmer, he's really good in the movie. And there's even Natalie Portman in this movie for 5 minutes of screen time, and she's good, even though there isn't really much for her to do. And I understand why she's in the movie, as in I get why her character's in the movie, but if you're going into this movie expecting to see a lot of her, you're not going to get that. She's in the movie for 5 minutes, and that's it. And I really enjoyed the heist scenes in this movie. I thought that they were intense and very well executed, and there was nothing that was overly edited. It didn't feel choppy at any points during these action scenes. And I also enjoyed the perspectives in the film. We get Robert De Niro's perspective. He's the one who's planning everything out and making these heists happen, and Al Pacino, he's trying to hunt him down, and he's the cop, and you have the thieves, and you have the police, and they're just going against each other, and it's always engaging for me. And I also really like the characters in the film, and like I've said, they're very well developed, and no one feels as though they're just there to eat up screen time. And there wasn't really anything about this movie that was cheesy to me, and the music in the movie, for the most part, up until the last 20 minutes of the movie, for the most part, it was there. You notice it, and it's kind of subtle. It's not overbearing. It doesn't hit that point where it's kind of there, but you don't really notice it. But it's not there, and it's not overbearing, and the only thing you pay attention while watching the scene. And I felt as though it had a nice balance between those two, and I thought it worked very well for the most part up until the end. And towards the end, it started to get a little less subtle and less of what I liked, and that's where I kind of took issue with it. But for the most part, I was fine with it. And I also enjoyed the drama in the film when it came to the families in the film, and each of these characters has a family that they're kind of concerned about, and it's something they have to deal with. And this movie makes sure that you understand what they're going through, and really makes you care about them. And I thought that was well done. And for the first 20 minutes of the movie, it's when the first heist happens, and there's lots of close shots and lots of close-ups on people's faces, and it was done intentionally to make you feel claustrophobic. And the rest of the movie, it's not like that at all. And I liked that it was just in that one scene, and it was very well communicated in that one scene. There's lots about this movie that I really liked, and the only issue that I had with the movie, and it's just one tiny thing, and I don't really take off points for any of these two things that I discovered in the movie while watching it. And it was just one scene where the lighting, when it was outside lighting, it was completely different. In one shot it looks like it's 12 in the afternoon, and in the next shot it looks like the sun is setting. And there was one scene like that where kind of bugged me a little bit. But I can overlook that because it's just like it only happens once in the film. And there was also one line that I noticed that was dubbed, and I noticed it, and it was very distracting. And the rest of the movie, from what I could tell, it wasn't dubbed over, and it's just kind of weird that it was just that one line that had dubbing, and it was a little distracting. But aside from that, I don't really have any other issues with the movie. I really enjoyed it, and I'm not really someone who's like a big fan of heist movies, but this one is one that I feel as though I connected to it because it really cared about its characters and making you care about that. And even the heist scenes in the movie were very well done, and the violence, it never once felt like they faked it, or like it didn't feel as though it was fake or anything like that. It felt real, and I thought that was well handled in the film, and overall I really enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen this movie, I would definitely recommend it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Heat an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Heat, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.